I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Well, it was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come in riding high. Just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by Josh Rosen, the 10th overall pick taken in 2018 out of UCLA.
Here we go.
On play action, Rosen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Here's the offense, and we give you too much power here. We let you highlight the player. Why'd you choose Zeitler?
Because I think the big guys up front never get enough credit. Kevin Zeitler, a guard, tough, nasty. We've got to give him some love.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. A look now at the defensive starting lineup for the 49ers. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit. Loosen.
Now 49er pressure, and they get it. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he's in for the 49ers score.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Point after here coming up. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Well, not only did they block it, the awareness to go and grab it and then take it into the end zone for 6 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
And New York set to take the field. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Rosen, Dixon, complete. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're back up to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, a run with Breida. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dexter Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And New York set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 67 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity, because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
Rosen will throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And out will come the offense as they take over. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Starter introduction time now. Brandon Sheriff, Charles, really solid.
Tremendous player. A left tackle in college, has the versatility to play either tackle or guard in the NFL. No matter where you plug him, you're assured of an excellent performance.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On 1st down, here's Breida. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. But look now at the starters for the Giants defensively. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
From the 44, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, able to record his 5th sack of the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Here we go, D, get up.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Working from the gun, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. In last week's game for Kittle, there are the numbers. 6 catches, 82 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Check down to Breida. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. That would give to the big fullback Juszczyk. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Check safety, check safety. Let's go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Rosen on 1st and 10. He completes this into the hands of Miller. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
You ain't doing nothing today.
A handoff as they run the counter play. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. From the 35 on 2nd down, Rosen. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Rosen's pass intended for Anthony Miller. Incomplete.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
So the ref makes a call. No touchdown there. Wipe it off the board. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Rosen. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. On first down, Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle. I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. This is Breida, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So they go play action, 3 tight ends out there in the heavy set.
Well, they showed everything that suggested running play. Just what you mentioned, 3 tight ends, heavy formation, able to go play action off of it, because if you're a defender, you're thinking it's a running play with that much beef on the field.
But they passed it, and they got 6 out of it. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's 21-3. A 10-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Play action here with Rosen. And his throw is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Rosen. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 2-yard line.
In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does. So, partner, the next time we see this coaching staff, I want you to have my back here because that was really kind of a white flag type of a play, almost a little bit of a surrender. Just turn and hand it to the big guy, get what you can, and be prepared to kick the ball away.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And now it's Rosen looking. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's Will Hernandez, former 2nd-rounder out of UTEP. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey. Got three down.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Garoppolo on first down. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Garoppolo now. Pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only 1 incompletion, and another 1st and 10 here. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for, but it's going to be second down. Garoppolo to try again on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Garoppolo again. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Damon Harrison in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was Jimmy Garoppolo who was brilliant in that first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and that'll bring up second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Garoppolo finding his tight end, Kittle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Draw play. Here's the fullback. It's Juszczyk.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18. Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Rosen will throw. Completes it to Dixon.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Rosas' kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by
the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Man open, it's Goodwin. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Garoppolo now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. 7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play. On second down now, McClellan. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. New York set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. Got some room at the 30. And down to the 29-yard line. And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 29-yard line. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. Completes it to Miller. And down inside the 15 he goes. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Here's Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens, and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On first down, Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Garoppolo, and a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
We got 4. We got 4.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
Hey, boy, you got 4. 4 down.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now Rosen on first down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. 17 yards and a Giant first down. Rosen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Rosen. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
On first down, they go with Dixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I'm on. Check 52.
On 2nd and 12, Rosen looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and that'll make it 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again.
And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. They run the counter. McClellan finding room at the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Don't be mad.
On 2nd down, McClellan, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. On 1st down, McClellan. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Rosen. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Let's go, baby.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A good gain there on 1st down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Check.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fighting his way through contact. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know their playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Get ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And now it's Rosen looking. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Rosen. It's caught. Shepard. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Rosen again on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
They'll run on first down. McClellan, and he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So we raise the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Rosen looking to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Rosen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the 49ers, the win is their 8th on the year, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire